friends, this is your favorite StoryCraft Kids podcast. I'm Tyler and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, how kids can try their hand at business. But before I introduce my guest today, I want to say one important thing. My podcast exists thanks to your support, so don't be stingy with your likes and subscriptions. It's not hard for you and it's a pleasure for me. And now, back to our topic. Today we have a guest, young businessman who will share his secrets of success. Let's meet Michael.
Hello, Tyler. Hello, friends. Thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to share my experience with young potential businessmen. I've always wanted to earn my first money, and one day I decided to try my hand at business.
That's interesting. Tell us, what did you come up with?
Well, at first I decided to sell homemade lemon cookies near my house. I baked a whole bunch of cookies with my sister, made a bright sign that said, "The most delicious cookies," and set up a table in the yard.
And did people buy them?
At first, yeah. There were some who just came up, looked and smiled, of course, but then I realized that just having a table wasn't enough to attract attention.
Oh, what did you do next?
I said, if people don't come to me, then I'll go to them. I started advertising the cookies on social media and offered free samples to my neighbors.
Wow! And did it work?
Yes, but then a new problem appeared. I quickly ran out of ingredients and I hadn't calculated how much money I needed to spend on the next batches.
Uh-oh, it turned out that running a business is not as easy as it seems. But you tried other idea, right?
Of course, business is not only about selling, but also about calculating cost correctly, knowing where to find customers and what they are interested in. However, I didn't give up after the failed attempt. After the cookies, I started making handmade bracelets and sold them at school. I also offered to help neighbors walk their dogs for a small fee. Now I have my own small online store of handmade products, but I still have moments of loss of motivation and often feel like giving up.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Really? You used to have a business too?
Yeah, actually my podcast is my little business too. At first I just dreamed about it. I loved talking, sharing interesting stories, but I didn't know where to start.
Oh, that's interesting. What did you do?
I decided to start small. At first I recorded voice memos, tried telling stories to friends, and then I asked my parents if they could help me record a real podcast.
That's cool, but there must have been some difficulties too.
Oh yeah, there were. At first I thought it was just a matter of recording the audio and that was it. But then it turned out that I had to edit the sound, come up with interesting topics, find guests.
Did you ever want to give up?
There were a few moments when I thought, oh, this is too hard. But you know what saved me? The support of my friends and parents. They told me that if I really like it, I should keep going.
That's great. And you're even making money from your podcast, right?
Yeah. Over time, I started doing not only audio content but also video. I converted one spare room in our house into a mini studio, which is where you are now, and started inviting all sorts of interesting people to visit. And then, some companies have become interested in my work and wanted to advertise on my podcast. It turned out to be a real business.
That's quite a story. It turns out that business is not only about selling things, but also doing what you love and finding a way to turn it into your own business.
Exactly. And how can kids officially start a business? Can you share your knowledge and experience?
If the business is small, you can try it at first without official registration. But if you want something more serious, then here's what you need to do. Talk to your parents. They can help with legal issues. Learn the rules in your city. Different countries have their own laws regarding children's businesses. Open a bank account. Many banks allow children to have an account under parental supervision. Calculate expenses and profits and keep financial statistics.
So, even children can become real entrepreneurs?
Yeah, it's important not to be afraid to try, even if something doesn't work out at first.
Thank you, Michael. It was very interesting. Friends, If you have an idea, don't be afraid to try it. And remember, every failure is an experience.
Yes, good luck with your first business attempts.
See you in the next episode!